Right, I just want to show a few little, well, one modification really that I've made to my Delta Wolf. As you can see, I've got this one fitted with a Tatsu Donny FL silencer. And it's okay, but I'm not entirely happy with it. I think the fat profile doesn't really do the rifle any justice. So I've ordered a 0 dB silencer to go on it. Hopefully that'll be here probably by the end of the week, I hope. I've got my Accutac bipod on there. I've got the lovely zero compromise optic scope on there, and this beautiful spur one-piece mount. I've got this really nice Ulf Hednar spirit level on there, and that's got a dope card as well that fits on the bottom there should you need to put it on, so you can write down your drop compensations and whatnot. And then the new thing I fitted to it is this, and this is the PRS cheek piece riser assembly. I've got to say, it's really well made. These PRS bits and pieces, I've got a PRS, one of the very early prototype type underrails fits this rifle as well, and then I ordered this from them. And these are definitely not your run-of-the-mill add-ons that you get from some places. They're not 3D printed, they're not rough castings that have been cobbled together. These are proper precision made, CNC machined, and really nicely hard anodized bits of kit. And basically, it slides onto the rail at the back of the rifle. Swing round here. It slides onto the rail where the cheek piece normally slides on, and then you can adjust its height by a considerable amount by loosening these two screws. You can raise it or lower it as you need. Now, I didn't need a great deal of adjustment, to be fair. You can still, by the way, you can still slide the cheek piece backwards and forth on the inbuilt rail that's here, so you can move this cheek piece right out here if you want to, or slide it in, or you can have the cheek piece wherever you like on the assembly, because this will slide forward as well. So you can still laterally adjust your cheek piece, but now you can horizontally adjust it as well. So vertically adjust it as well, pardon me. So you just undo these two screws and you can select whatever level height you need, and it can go quite high up actually. It's really, really nicely made. As I was saying, I didn't need a lot because the ZCO scope on the spur mount's quite a low mount, so I didn't need a lot of lift, to be fair. But if you're using something like a PARD night sight or some of the other night sights where they sit quite high on the rail, and you have a more head up type viewing stance with the rifle, or maybe one of the MTC prismatic scopes, then this is going to be, I would have thought this is going to be an essential really, because it is handy to have some sort of elevation feature on your cheek piece, so you can get the right eye relief and eye position on your scope. As I said, really, really nicely made, nicely finished. You know, all of it is really nicely finished. There's no shoddiness, no rough edges. The anodizing is lovely, and it's just built for the job. You can tell he worked in close cooperation with Daystate on this product, because it looks like it's part of the rifle. The only part that perhaps at some stage or other I may possibly change, though I'm not absolutely sure, is the two bolts that you loosen off to adjust the height. I might possibly change those for black anodized ones, but I'm not sure. I mean, in all fairness, they don't look out of place on that. But it's a fantastic bit of kit. I mean, it works really, really well. It definitely, don't confuse these PRS accessories with those with the ones that you get off eBay that have been made by someone with a 3D printer. They're incomparable. These are proper CNC machined, hard anodized bits of precision engineering. I mean, it fits on there. The tolerances are brilliant. It fits on the rail perfectly. There's no give, no wobble, nothing. And the whole thing is just an absolute air of quality to it to match the rifle, really. So very, very impressed with that. And it matches this rail really well. I mean, pushing the bipod out right to the front makes this far more stable than having it mounted here. And because of the fact that these PRS systems are designed to fit all of this here is part of that rail, it all just bolts on the bottom, so you get a really secure fitting. You really do. Now, some people commented there's a little bit of flex on mine. This was a prototype version, a very early one. Since this one, they've now beefed this up considerably. It's got various different features on it. It's got rubber pads that fit underneath. It's got M-lock attachments as well as the Arca and the Picatinny rail attachments. So it is a bit of a different beast. Having said that, I have got something coming possibly in the early part of January that will be really nice and beneficial to this rifle. I've started doing a bit more sort of hide shooting, if you like. Normally I've always been a bit of a one for stalking with my rifles, so sitting in a hide somewhere and shooting that way, I'm not very patient really, so that sort of shooting never really appealed to me. But recently I've been asked to clear some feral pigeons from someone's house and garden, and they've got a little wood at the back that they also own. It's only quite a small wood, so really stalking there is not really a practical proposition. It's more of a sit down, make yourself comfortable and wait type scenario. There's also quite a few grey squirrels knocking about there as well, so I'm going to cobble a feeder together and put that out there as well. So I've started doing a lot more sort of static shooting rather than stalking. So I've ordered a very, very nice tripod system with an Arca fitting to mount this rifle on, and I think that's going to look really nice and be really, really practical, because at the minute I've been shooting in some considerable style, I must admit. I've been putting their umbrella up and using their garden furniture to sit on while I'm waiting for the pigeons and a couple of magpies and things. They're actually avid bird watchers, believe it or not. They're massively into bird watching, and they're a bit sick of the corvids pulling. They've got house martins, and in the summer they've a couple of nests this year, and last year were raided and no chicks made it, unfortunately, because there's so many magpies in the wood that they were just decimating the house martins and some swallows that were further around, and the feral pigeons are just making a right mess and eating everything they put out. So they want them not removed, not getting rid of, but thinning out. There's just so many of them, it's ridiculous. So that's on the card. So I thought a nice little tripod, make a really, really stable shooting platform, and make the most of this thing's accuracy, because it is laser accurate, this rifle. So impressed with it. It's a stunning bit of kit. So that's coming, hopefully in the new year, very early in the new year. And then out the back here, I'm actually getting the PRS butt pad to go with it, with the monopod, and that'll finish this rifle off really well then. So with the nice ODB 0 dB, pardon me, 0 decibel silencer on the front, the new tripod, and the rather fancy butt pad, fully adjustable with a monopod on it as well, and combined in sync with this rather nice bit of kit here, I think I will have pretty much the ultimate hunting air rifle here. Just really impressed with this thing. It's just been incredible. Now I know, you know, you see and you hear obviously that some people are having a few problems with some of these, maybe the earlier ones, slight air leaks and some problems with the programming on one or two rifles. And to be fair, you know, that's only to be expected. I mean, you've got a rifle here that's not just re-churning out something that's gone before it. It's an entirely new concept that Daystate are trying here. You know, it's got a really, really comprehensive electronic memory system and whatnot. So it's not surprising that there's going to be the odd little glitch. I mean, Daystate, these rifles come with a 3-year warranty. So if anything does go wrong, you've got 3 years peace of mind. So people really shouldn't start panicking or slagging them off. You know, it's something new. It's a new concept. It's not just a reworking of a rifle that's been around for 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. It's something that's completely new. And they're trying something different. And I just think, you know, maybe there are going to be the odd glitch here and there. But Daystate are on it. You know, they're working away at it. And like I say, you've got a three-year guarantee. So if it's not right, then you just take it back to where you bought it and say, get me another one. Or get it fixed. And they will fix it, you know. You're not dealing with some sort of continental company that's hundreds of miles away or in a different continent you've never even heard of, or from some city in China or Turkey or whatever. It's a British company, you know, based in, I think it's in Staffordshire, isn't it, Daystate? So they're not far away. So they're going to fix stuff. And then you've got the problems of COVID as well and all the rest of it. So, you know, there might be the slightest delay in turning them around and sending them back. But places are working understaffed, you know. And people say, oh, you pay a lot of money for it, you expect it to be right. That's fair enough. I bought one of the very first Range Rovers that came out, or the new shape Range Rovers that came out, and paid vastly more money than this rifle. And that had developed an electrical fault within a week of having it. But it went back and they fixed it. Because when they're trying to bring out cutting edge different bits and pieces, it was with the electronic rising device on it, where it alters the ride height depending on the speed and the four-wheel drive settings that went wrong. It was a sensor that went wrong. But, you know, it's a complicated and new concept, really, from the old sort of chunky sort of get out, turn a big bolt and put it in four-wheel drive, or clonk on a huge lever. So things are going to go wrong slightly with when things are more cutting edge. But in all fairness, you've got a good guarantee. You've got a guarantee. You've got a warranty. You know, and it's not like mine's been faultless. I have to say, this thing's been brilliant. And there's loads of people, Adam, that have been brilliant. It's just the odd one or two that have had some slight problems that have been rectified. So I'm just dead chuffed with this gun. I mean, until you've shot one, you don't realise how good it is. It shoots like a dream. It really does. It's an incredible bit of kit. And I love it. I just love the way it looks. I love everything about it. It's just incredible. And I must admit, I'm well impressed with the way I've got this one looking. I think everything on it looks great. You know, that spur mount, the ZCO scope, the whole lot. I'd love to try one of those MCT prismatic scopes, because they look like they really suit it as well. But I've not actually come across one of those in the flesh to try one or have a look at one. But they do look an interesting bit of kit. It's an interesting concept, that prismatic thing, to bring it down. Understand the field of view is pretty impressive on them as well. They get a massive field of view apparently. And I think one of them would look rather cool on this thing. But we'll see. But for now, we're going to put the 0 decibel silencer on. In the new year, or possibly sooner even, the tripod will be with us. And that's a work of art, that tripod. That is something that you've got to see. That's going to look really smart on this rifle. And then the butt pad assembly, which hopefully I will be able to get my hands on before Christmas, which is pushing it a bit because it depends on delivery schedules, but hopefully I will. So there she is, Delta Wolf. What a beast. It is a beast of a gun. For anyone that's not actually seen one in the flesh or held one, when you do, you'll be in for a big surprise. They are phenomenally lovely. And they shoot. Getting accuracy out of it. I mean, I know a lot of most modern PCPs are very accurate. That's a fact of life now. It goes without saying. Most modern PCPs are very accurate. And out to 40 yards, they're just really accurate these days. But this thing just makes getting that pinpoint, tiny little under a 5p piece groups at 50 yards, it just makes it easy. It's the easiest gun to obtain good results with that I've ever shot. And I've shot some beauties. I'm not saying, you know, it's not necessarily the most accurate rifle I've ever had. The Anschutz and the Feynman Bow, dedicated field target rifles, they were stunningly accurate. But they took a bit of work with those to get that level of accuracy out of them. This thing just makes it easy. It's just lovely. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And like I say, all those extra bits will be arriving soon. And as soon as they do, I'll have videos up of what the rifle looks like when they're fitted and how they work and whether they're actually suitable for the job that they're designed for. Thanks for watching.